Greetings, Galactic Legion of the 144, wayshowers of the new earth, rising up, waking up, stepping into the dawning of the new golden age of eternal bliss consciousness. We are here now for our mission of co-creating as a collective team of 144,000 to manifest heaven on earth, living from our heart, being connected to all things, completing the sacred hoop so we can come together as the rainbow nations of the new earth, the new Eden, the new Jerusalem. Shalom, Adonai, Namaste. We had another day of powerful activations, downloads, and DNA upgrades, anchoring in the highest codes, the highest love, the highest light. From our 12D Venusian elven lineage, there are many Arcturian codes coming in today. 1210022, 21121, 2212021. Feel into these energies of divine union, of Eros Gamos, Shakti Shiva, the Christos, the Magdalene, the gold white eagle and the sacred black gold condor fly together highly in the heavens in the holy temple with the Holy Spirit guiding and uplifting and ascending. Every day my sacred queen takes my breath away with her great beauty and great spirit and great love. The sacred trinity of the moon priestesses are here now for all humanity. The Lemurian Five are here now. The Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Lemurian Atlantean, all of our ancestors that held the spirit, that held the love, that held the light. My sacred Magdalene is by my side forevermore. Nothing can stop love, nothing can stop unity, and nothing can stop divine grace from manifesting through the heart centers of every enlightened being in every timeline, every dimension, every realm. Today, many synchronicities, many connections. Today, as I was photographing my sacred condor's goddess totems, her new totems that she creates, which you can purchase on lunagoddessart.com. I photograph her art for today. As I was photographing, behind me were some sliding glass doors that lead to a little balcony. And as I was looking in the viewfinder, the screen on the back of the camera, I was looking at the little goddess, and a reflection in the viewfinder was a walela, a little hummingbird that I could hear come up behind me, and it was a reflection above the goddess, which was above my head and behind me. Walela is one of my nicknames in 12D and on the earth for my queen, my sacred condor, and Walela means hummingbird in Cherokee, our sacred language, which is very close to the elven language. And every day the sacred Walela come to my queen and I for transmitting hummingbird medicine, the sacred nectar, the mana of the Holy Spirit, of the wing nation that connects us to the sky nations and the star beings. So take time now to connect with our hummingbird legion, Walelas, 144 coming in, 1144. I'd like to take a moment now to thank everyone for your support on Patreon and give a quick update. Being the first of the month, happy February 212021. Multiple people were removed from Patreon, so if you could do us a favor, if you're supporting us on Patreon, make sure that your payment went through, because over 20 people didn't go through today. And those that follow this channel know that we now rely 100% on our pledges and donations for our daily living expenses and to keep bringing these free transmissions to the world every day. So thank you for your support. And if you'd like to support us, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/prime disclosure. And if you're a new patron, we archive all the teachings and trainings beyond these transmissions that we only post to our Patreon people in our community on our YouTube channel to make it easier to find. We list those only on our community, which they're archived on Patreon, but they're hard to find. And if you're new, be sure to go and listen to my Sacred Condor, my Queen's song that she wrote and performed. She also plays guitar, has a beautiful voice of an angel, and be sure to leave a comment on Patreon. It is the Sacred Condor, the song Spirit Made. Many people are receiving the Divine Feminine, the Divine Goddess activations and codes through this song, and also the Magdalene energy that comes through the voice of my angel. So thank you all for your beautiful comments. Thank you all for your support, and thank you all for supporting her art business on lunagoddessart.com. We appreciate each and every one of you. Now today on the Schumann, it was very quiet. The calm before the storm. February is going to be a very powerful month. We have many powerful codes in today's transmissions, and much of the astrology that is coming through for this month with these celestial alignments and this Aquarian energy. So stick around to the end, and we have a special divine decree at the end of today's transmission from the sacred 7 sisters of the light. So today we had over 132 and 1.5 or greater earthquakes in the last 24 hours. The most powerful being a 5.2 in the sacred portal, Polyknotos, Greece. Earlier today, on the Ring of Fire, close to Fukushima, Japan, again 4.6 magnitude, 44 kilometers depth. Divine 44 and 444 coming in. Also the 8 codes coming in today. 3535 coming in of the 8-8, the Lion Nation of the Lion's Gate. Then we had the Greece activation 5-2. Then in the sacred portal, South America, and the Kundalini of Pachamama, the Andes Mountains. San Antonio de los Cobres, 4.8, the 12 of the Divine Goddess. 184 kilometers depth. And then another activation in Greece, 4.9 to 13 of the Sacred Queen. Bolivia, South America, in the Sacred Portal, 4.2, 269 kilometers depth. Then in North America, the United States, Loving, New Mexico, 3.9, again the 12, Divine Goddess. Then there were a couple powerful activations today in South Africa. One in Zimbabwe, 4.3, the 7 coming through Indonesia on the Ring of Fire, 4.6. El Salvador, Central America, 4.2. Indonesia again, 4.8 of the 12. The Council of 12 coming in. Puerto Rico, the Atlantean, the New Atlantis, the Divine Masculine, 3.2, 12 kilometers depth. Then another activation in South America, right on the Tropic of Capricorn, very close. Mozambique, 4.4, Divine 44. Then in the Sacred Portal of Turkey, 4.5, the Council of 9. Then right in the heart of Lemuria, Fern Acres, Hawaii, 4.1. Then another activation in the Sacred Portal, Mozambique, 4.2. In Africa, we had many waves of energies flowing through the tropics today. Also Lemurian with the Ring of Fire. And then in the Sacred Portal, Nepal, 5.2. In the Himalayan mountains, which is the ancient Kundalini that shifted after 1945 from Himalayan to the Andes. Many masters came from the east to teach the West the ways of the dragon, the ways of the warrior, the ways of truth. Then in the Sacred Portal, we had multiple activations where the Trinity, the 3 most holy mountains of the East, Tian Shan, Celestial Mountain, Kunlun, of our sacred lineage of the heart, the Divine Feminine, the waters, the downward flow, the path of least resistance, and the Himalayan, the 3 merged together to create the trident, the pyramid. We had one Hindu Kush, Afghanistan, with a 4-4, 345, 345, February 2nd, 2021, 259 kilometers depth, and then just northeast, right outside on the border of Afghanistan and Tajikistan, the Sacred Portal 4.0. Then in Van Horn, Texas, United States 3.1. Then Chiapas, Mexico 4.4, and then the 4.4 in Afghanistan, creating the 8.8 portal of the divine Lyran nation, the lion, the heart, the core leon, the heart of the lion. The courage is being activated in every way, sure. Warriors of the light rising up. And then in Tobelo, Indonesia, also on the ring of fire, very close to the equator, the central portal, 4.812 of the divine goddess. The goddess energies rising up, Gaia activating, Gaia's ascending into Nova Gaia, the full rainbow body of Mother Earth, the light body, and all her children go with her of this great quantum leap of consciousness from Homo sapien to Homo luminous. We are in the transition period when we are in the activations as we rise up, ascending higher and higher to the highest mountain, to the holiest temple, through all sacred portals that are fully open now for all of humanity and all living beings, sentient beings of pure consciousness. Okay, now let's get started. Grandmother Bear coming in. There she is. We start with the Sabian symbols. Right now the moon at 8 degrees, 32 minutes Libra, sun at 13 degrees, 27 minutes Aquarius. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 14 degrees Aquarius, a train entering a tunnel. And the current Sabian symbol for the moon at 9 degrees Libra, 3 old masters hanging in a special room in an art gallery. From astrologyweekly.com. Today from Christy 1, Divine Sister of the Light, powerful wave of diamond light tonight, seeing self and creation with new eyes, 664441, intensity, breathe. Today from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Pars Kute, we have entered into a new era of higher frequency light. It has permeated the universe and all of creation. It is truly a time for advancement to higher levels. We are a radiant spirit of light. What a wondrous, glorious, and loving now is. Today from A Girl in the Universe, S.A. Smith, Divine Sister of the Light. Here we go. February energies have arrived. A big flux of incoming energies headed our way. The energies have been flowing in slowly all day, not really amounting to much. Then in the last hour, a huge surge of energy increased and began flooding our atmosphere. These feel like our normal energies, not like last week's energies. These are strong but settled. They may bring emotional and physical symptoms, but not on the same level that we have been experiencing. Stomach issues may continue, phantom physical pains as well. You may feel tired, fatigued, just wanting to roll up in your favorite blanket and chill. Do that if called. Listen to your inner knowing. There is nothing wrong with just being. Some of your biggest breakthroughs in your ascension will come in that mode. Allow yourself to do whatever you need. You have been growing and learning so much, and these new understandings of yours are just beginning. Love you, be you, embrace it all. Hold tight, these may increase. Love and light, Divine One, from agirlintheuniverse.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Diana, Terapeuta. The world needs our medicine. In every transformation, there is first an awakening. The veil of illusion falls, deception fades, and disappointment remains. Yes, every awakening is a disappointment in the false world, where the masks and bandages that covered our eyes fall and click. Then everything looks different. It feels very different. You start to untie, to release oppression of all limitation, anxiety, guilt, fear, sadness, resentment, and attachment, and other negative energies. As the waves of energy from the heart of God, the Father, and the central sun, astral, radiate us, they awaken and tune the energies of our hearts where the Christos consciousness dwells, transforming us, becoming mirrors of the man who walked barefoot and clean and who came to teach us love throughout his entire life, since he is love. Christ is reborn in our hearts in the love that we must all feel for each other. There is a Christos alive in you, who lives in me, who lives in us, who inhabits us. And you just have to wake him up, activate it, because it is alive, it is absolute, because it is everything, because it can do anything, and it knows everything, because it is God, because it is outside all frames, definitions, context, because it is outside the time and space, outside all concepts, because it does not belong to any dimension, because it simply is from eternity to eternity. It is time to embrace love with love, to stay, dance, and co-create in the Christos consciousness of our hearts, to convert what we accumulate on earth into imperishable heavenly treasures, serving, helping, becoming sweetness to other human beings. It is time to be, not to look for imperfection or perfection, simply to be, to activate smiles so that we reflect the fire of the Spirit on our faces, to value others as treasures, to practice forgiveness, to recognize that each moment celebrates our existence, to shine with our inner light, since that is where the sun is. It is time that we no longer hide our magic, because the world needs our medicine. Aho, from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, servant of Yahweh. Collective clearing is happening for Divine Masculine Christ today, so they can get their crowns on. Whatever has been blocking access to their crowns individually is collapsing today for transformation. The Most High has answered our prayers and is rapidly clearing the male flesh from its entity attachments. This is an inner child healing and freedom that is collectively shifting their frequency into the frequency of Gaia, the Earth, and the Divine Feminine Christ. They have flipped into ensuring the feminine's emotional needs are met. The Divine Masculine Christ are now supporting their sisters of the Rose rise up and get our crowns on too. This is emotional masculine and feminine teamwork and unity for the beloveds. Big yay! The galactic wheel's movement forward into the age of Aquarius is also supporting the Divine Masculine Christos flip into being the new male role model positions. Their natural birthright of being a great husband, father figure, and Divine Masculine Christ leader is restoring. The sickle has cut away what was blocking them ascending into their rightful position. Healing and frequency alignment is now happening, ensuring they become the right tone and match to be one flame with the Divine Feminine Christ. Justice is here today, bringing peace back into the Holy Grail. The damage caused from repeated cycles of separation, fighting, and trauma that occurred through the Piscean Age is completely healing from the inside out. Peace and soul calmness is now your new existence. Activations of the light body have also commenced, which will be taking the chakra body and system to the next level. Know that your union is safely guarded and protected under the rod and the rose. Only you two as a couple will go through the upcoming union portal back home. For now, know we are receiving instant manifestations on our desire to have emotional fulfillment. Filling up our chalice, our rose, our womb, we will witness the results of January's Leo full moon, when we are in the energies of the Aquarius new moon of February 11, 2021. In the meantime, focus on clearing the childhood trauma from adults that were emotionally abusive to you. The light of the Most High is raising the collective consciousness out of this trauma and abuse. We are at the end of clearing the layer of adults using their age, position, and size to suppress, discipline, control, and hurt children and animals. Through healing ourselves of our own childhood abuse, we are healing and freeing all the children and future generations from this lower vibrational state of consciousness. God is ensuring that timeline ends here and now for good. We have unlocked all codes. The clearings have commenced. This is bringing up all suppressed trauma and abuse to the surface to be released. This can include crying, physical pain in certain parts of the body, rashes, etc. Through your own healing, we are healing all the children now, beloveds. Peace within and without will be our new state of embodiment. Remain strong, beloveds. I am so proud of our family, brothers and sisters in Christ. I am so grateful for you all. All praises to the Most High. Namaste. Carolyn Kundalini Twin Flames. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithika. Arcturian Light Journey. a galactic light journey. As we collectively walked through a light bridge to the Arcturian light pod, we were immersed in higher light intelligence. As the Arcturians connected to us, we collectively aligned to the higher planetary calling, our planetary light mission. Our journey began with a showering of high vibrational light from the stars and planets. We received the message, "Welcome," with diamond encodements showering our light fields. It was a moment of deep integration and light assimilation. We viewed Gaia from a distance and saw her immersed in a whirlpool of colors, mostly blues and greens. It was an energetic symphony of light, a beautiful metamorphosis. I felt a beautiful love exchange between Mother Gaia, the grand picture of our collective journeys, our collective missions to reach 2021. We each received a light transmission to connect to our higher light missions and to receive downloads for activations and enhancements for the future. Among the stars, we connected to galactic alliances and future timelines. It was an endless journey of higher light, intelligence, of cosmic unity and harmony. We returned home to our 3D reality, feeling a deep connection to the universe, our Gaia, and our light mission. More galactic journeys to come. With love, Karen Lithica, Off-Planet, Arcturian Light Journey. From KarenLithica.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Sarah Hayes, February 2021. Liberation of the old paradigm. The Aquarian age arrives. Restriction versus freedom. Welcome to February 2021. What a freaking month this will be, my loves. We will have a record number of planets in the sign of Aquarius. In fact, by February 11th, we will have 6 celestial bodies, planets, in the sign of Aquarius: the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. This is the true Aquarian age of progress, revolution, and freedom. This Aquarius lineup of activity has not happened since February 1962. If you were alive then, you might want to look back to see if similar themes play out this month. This was the time of the hippie revolution and protests within the mainstream narratives. You can see the similarities between that time and what is happening now in the world. The fixed sign squares, tense aspects, will also still be raging on this month. If you have any planets in the fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, between 5 to 12 degrees, then this will be impacting you the most. However, even if you do not have planets in those signs degrees, you will still feel these fixed signs parade. Fixed signs happen in the middle of a season when everything is set and rigid. This could produce more stubborn and persistent energies within us and within the world events. The fixed signs like it their way. No knock to my fixed sign people, as I am one myself. Flexibility and malleability will be the saving grace for everyone at this time. Not getting too plugged into your point of view or stance will also be helpful. I will begin in the beginning of the month when it gets super juicy. On the February 1st, Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and pleasure, moves into Aquarius. Our attention and relationships become more cerebral and intellectual. A cool and detached air of independence is felt when the planet of pleasure enters the water-bearer's den. On February 6th, Venus meets up with Saturn, the planet of order, restriction, and karma, also in Aquarius. This will add an element of seriousness and commitment to our unions. This is a make it or break it type of aspect. Many will either deepen their bond or it could be dissolved altogether from lack of willingness to go deeper. The same day Venus squares Uranus, the planet of surprises, shocks, and sudden events, who is currently in Taurus. Venus square Uranus could lead to some big realizations and shake-ups in love. A sudden departure is a possibility. If the connection does not break up, there will need to be more freedom or a new routine established that will keep the union fresh and exciting. Sudden and unsettling events could rock the boat for many at this time. My advice is to keep an air of understanding and compassion within partnerships, as these two aspects could create many mix-ups and misunderstandings. On February 11th, we have the new moon at 23 degrees of Aquarius. New moons herald a fresh and bright new energy and signify beginnings, a fresh slate, and new projects showing up. Aquarius, the 11th sign of the zodiac, is known to be independent, progressive, intellectual, a trailblazer, and a mad scientist. The new moon in Aquarius, a great time to activate your inner activist. A spur of electrical energy will be running through our hearts at this time. This is a great new moon to begin a dream project connected to your vision for the future, or what has to do with humanity. On this day, we will have quite the Aquarius parade with the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn, all in the water's bearer's den. This is, as mentioned, has not happened since 1962. A rush of liberation around our fears is also what this new moon will bring in. On the same day, Jupiter, the planet of luck, wisdom, and fortune, will conjunct Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and pleasure, both, of course, in Aquarius. The two benefic planets coming together as a gift from the gods set out special intentions on this day, as there will be an extra boost of luck around your endeavors and plans. On February 17th, Saturn, the planet of restrictions, obligations, and karma, currently in Aquarius, will come into a tense 90-degree square to Uranus, the planet of surprises, independence, and liberation, currently in the sign of Taurus. This will be their first meetup of 2021, with the other two dates being June 14th and December 24th. Saturn in Aquarius, in a battle with Uranus and Taurus, will bring in the classical tension of restriction versus liberation. These two planetary giants have different agendas, and that is what will make their aspect difficult, but at the same time this will spark us into action. Saturn in Aquarius wants to teach us how to restructure our dreams and beliefs with a plan and solid foundations. Uranus in Taurus wants to teach us how to liberate others and ourselves from outdated values and stick up for ourselves with a grounded stance of accountability and practicality. Together, there could be a feeling of wanting to move and groove on a project by feeling super restricted and how to make it happen. Squares represent tension, but as mentioned, they also create movement. People could be rather dug in, and the saying, "my way or the highway," could be the theme of this aspect. Again, remaining flexible and open to others' viewpoints will help to mitigate this tense aspect. On February 18th, the Sun leaves the intellectual sign of Aquarius and moves into the dreamy sign of Pisces. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac and is known to be romantic, sensitive, intuitive, kind, and gentle. We shift a bit from the airy energy of the mind with Aquarius and move to the watery energies of feelings with Pisces. A recognition of our emotions and a reconnection with spirit is felt with the shift of the sun. Lastly, on February 27th, we have the full moon at 9 degrees of Virgo. Full moons signify endings, completions, manifestations. Virgo, the 6th sign of the zodiac, deals with health, order, work, service, and practicality. The full moon in Virgo will be a time to see the results of a wellness plan manifest. We will be super concerned with organizing and reprioritizing our health and fitness routines. This is a wonderful full moon to honor our Mother Earth and to volunteer for a cause that is near and dear to our hearts. Virgo energy is very grounded but also intellectual. Being that the sign is ruled by the planet of the mind, Mercury, a work project could manifest as well as around this full moon. A grounded and practical energy will be present, and it is advised that we do not get too critical or stuck in the details at this time. February 2021 will be quite a busy month. In fact, it might be the busiest month of 2021. This is the month where we stand up for our rights and our ability to connect with our like-minded souls. Many kindred soul ties could be formed this month. This is a month to stand our ground, speak your heart, but to also remain malleable and flexible. Listening to another's viewpoint without judgment or criticism will be important. February 2021 will also be a month when we see amazing new technologies created as well. We will have to remember that we are all on this ride of life together. Respect for each other and the unification of our ideals will be the theme of this month. February 2021 is here to bring a liberation of our consciousness, the unification that we are one, and the realization that despite our differences, we can come together with understanding, respect, and love. From astromama.com, and today from the Order of the Star, February 2021 Planetary Transit. February 1st, Venus enters Aquarius. Emotional independence, detachment, rationality, sociable character, magnetism. Opening up to love does not imply giving up freedom. Venus in Aquarius tells us about the desire for emotional independence. When the pleasure planet enters the sign of the water bearer, we tend to crave intimacy, and more cerebral connections. February 2nd to 22nd, Cross Quarter Day. Today gives us the numerology code of 22. It is also observed as a cross quarter day, which is a pagan celebration honoring the eventual coming of a new season and the midway point between the solstice and the equinox. In numerology, 22 is a master number that represents building, establishing, and consolidating. Today is a good day to review, go over things, and make sure your foundation is strong before moving ahead on any projects or major decisions. February 8th, Mercury retrograde conjunct the Sun. When a retrograde planet aligns with the Sun, it is known as an inferior conjunction and signals a turning point in the retrograde cycle. Whatever hidden insights and information Mercury has been unearthing as it has traveled retrograde will now be revealed. This is a time of illumination and greater clarity. Seek the answers, as you may just find them. February 11th, 12th, Aquarius new moon. The Aquarius stellium is active for most of the month, but it reaches its peak today as the moon joins in the lineup of planets in Aquarius. This new moon carries some strong Aquarian energy. Whatever manifests around this time is likely to set the tone as we move deeper into the age of Aquarius energies. New moons are always a time of new beginnings and setting intentions, but with Mercury in retrograde and the strong cosmic currents, it may be best to lay low and focus on resting and recharging. This is a good time to find ways to support your local community or volunteer, donate to humanitarian projects. Also, Venus meets Jupiter, the planet of luck, in the sky on the 11th. This blend of the two nicest planets might have us craving for pleasure and therefore connection. February 11th through the 15th, triple conjunction. On February 11th, 2021, Venus is conjunct Jupiter at 12 degrees of Aquarius. And then on February 13th, 2021, Mercury retrograde is conjunct Venus at 14 degrees Aquarius. And on February 15th, Mercury retrograde conjuncts Jupiter at 13 degrees Aquarius. Triple conjunctions are pretty rare, and the triple conjunction between Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury in Aquarius is one to look forward to. As a general rule, Venus-Jupiter conjunctions are one of those few 5-star transits. On February 17, Saturn in Aquarius square Uranus in Taurus. Resistance to change, inner dilemma, transforming beliefs, creating new programs, and dismantling old structures. Far from being something negative, is part of the path that will bring you closer to your dreams. February 18th, 19th, the Sun in Pisces. The Sun moves into Pisces on the 18th, 19th, depending on your time zone. This is the final season of the zodiac cycle, which means things are reaching a culmination point. Pisces is a water sign, so we may feel more connected to our emotions and extra sensitive during this time. We also may feel more reflective and ready to let go of the past in order to embrace the start of the new zodiac cycle, which begins on the March equinox. February 20th, Mercury direct. Mercury goes direct after being retrograde since January 30th. Mercury will remain in Aquarius for the remainder of the month and will leave its post-retrograde shadow period by March 13th, just in time of the March equinox. Mercury retrograde is often felt the strongest the day it starts and the day it ends, so give this planetary energy some breathing space and stay open to any signs and messages that come up. Remember, Mercury is the messenger of the gods, and when it is in retrograde, it sources messages from your own inner god. February 21st, Ceres enters Aries. Dynamism, autonomy, self-sufficiency, the practice of physical activity is essential to channel excessive energy. February 25th, Venus enters Pisces. Romance, conciliation, seduction, emotionality, idealization, desire to express love and affection, avoid self-deception. Pisces sees all the colors of the rainbow. With the goddess of love in Pisces, our love is all-embracing. We are able to forgive and understand. We are seducible and seductive, and we show compassion to our partners. Venus in Pisces is tender and affectionate, although hard to reach nevertheless, as there is a longing for something that is hard to define and hard to satisfy. February 28th, Grand Earth Trine. In the study of astrology, the presence of a great trigone is considered a sign of good fortune. Generally, this configuration is created when the three planets which pass through signs of the same element connect with each other, forming trigons. February 28th, full moon. On February 28th, a grand Earth trine will happen, starting the full moon in Virgo, Pluto in Capricorn, and Mars in Taurus. This alignment promotes the achievement of material objectives, thanks to the perseverance, realism, and personal confidence of the individual. The Virgo full moon is the last of the astrological year, and it carries some beautiful, empowering, and healing energies. It invites us to focus on nourishing our body and mind. We may feel drawn to do a cleanse, or perhaps to clear the clutter of our environment. This sweet full moon should bring some ease and a reminder of just how powerful and strong we really are. February, Aquarius stellium. Another special theme in February is that we have an Aquarius stellium. The Sun, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Moon, and the asteroids Chariklo and Pallas Athena are in Aquarius. We haven't had so many planets in Aquarius in decades, so this is a very powerful transition. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse, Lua Astrology. Venus enters Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius squares Mars in Taurus. There's a clash of astrological energy. Venus in Aquarius implores us to cool off, create space, foster friendship, and detach from being so invested in outcomes. The Sun square Mars, however, wants what it wants, and it wants it now. People blow hot then cold. We're switched off, we're switched on. Egos are animated and tempers flare. Overconfidence could ruin a promising start. Pick your moment carefully. Patience is everything. Still, feisty Martian energy could help us to tackle a hard physical job or boost an exercise regime. Sometimes we need a push to get a project off the ground, and if so, this might be it. Observe what attracts and repels you. Explore the unconventional path. Look within to understand what you are doing and why you are doing it. Cherish time alone. Love the diversity of humankind. From LeahWhitehorse.com, and today from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 49, Red Planetary Moon. The number 10 is called planetary, and its keywords are perfect, produce, and manifest. We have 10 fingers, 10 toes, and this perfect symmetry is what makes the number 10 a powerful measure. A perfect 10, 10 out of 10. How would you rate today? Strive for 10-10, and you may surprise yourself. It's up to you to score the top mark. What can you manifest? Today is Red Moon, and the keywords associated with it are flow, universal water, and purify. These days are about going with the flow, and because the moon is so powerful in its influence, we must concede control and surrender. If you trust the direction things are going and are for your own good, if you can just relax and relinquish the need to be in charge, you will really enjoy this day. The tide will turn and sweep you along. All you have to do is go with it. As it is a planetary day and that number represents perfection, this suggests that today is the perfect day to go with the flow. Try to not make concrete plans, but just see how the day unfolds. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Red Planetary Moon, Kin 49, 1 February 2021, Manifesting Flow. 1-2-2021 equal 1-2-221 equal 1-2-5 equal 1-7 equal 8. 1 New beginnings, leader, original. 2 Twins, partner, cooperation. 5 Liberation, change, transformation, freedom. 7 Mystic, magic, spiritual, initiation. 8 Infinity, abundance, source flow. Kin 49 equal 13 equal 4. 13 Goddess, cosmic consciousness, natural lore. 4 Form, structure, foundation. Welcome to February, the second month of the year, highlighting partnership, romance. Valentine's Day, February 14. Twins and cooperation. 2021 is a 5-year of liberation, change, and revolutionary transformation. Thus 2 and 5 equals 7, making February a 7 universal month. So this amps up the spiritual power of this month. The 7 is very magical and unlocks the mysteries of the cosmos. It also entails tests and spiritual initiation to build your spiritual muscle and help you evolve. Another monumental month of learning and growth on our path to planetary liberation. a very fluid manifestation day to start this new month, finding our new beautiful flow through our intuitive goddess powers. Day 10 in the yellow sun wave spell is where we manifest our sovereignty through following the flow of synchronicity. Tone of creation, planetary tone 10 in the physical realm. Action produces, power perfects, essence manifestation. The 10th stage of the yellow sun wave spell is the perfection of all we imagined as possible, and more, it is the harvest stage where we happily reap our manifest splendor. The forms we have been imagining begin to manifest into our reality, and our lives begin to reflect the great dreams that we desire. Planetary energies enable us to build and manifest strong, healthy relationships with ourselves and others today. We have the power to manifest and produce incredible prosperity, happiness, and joy, both in our hearts and the planetary heart of Gaia, as we are all one heart. The questions for today are, how can you purify your vessel to allow more feminine energy to flow through your pure heart, fueling your perfected manifestations? What needs to be purified and cleansed from our global body in order to restore our planet and manifest our new world filled with love? Divine blessings for manifesting your perfect flow. In Lakek ala Kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 49, Red Planetary Moon. The mantra, the code for today is, I perfect in order to purify, producing flow. I seal the process of universal water with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of navigation. And on this powerful day of manifestation and activation, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below the video, also with the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. We have over 1,000 transmission recordings and transcriptions archived on the site, so be sure to check out our website. We have many other articles too, and some other teachings. So also, I'd like to thank everyone at this time for your support on Patreon and for your donations. We rely 100% on our pledges and donations for our daily expenses. As of the first today, we were lowered to, again, halfway to what we need for our daily living expenses. So we appreciate you all for your continued support. We'd like to welcome and thank Divine Bro Star of the Light, Jake Wiegert, for your pledge and donation, your support on Patreon. Thank you, Divine Bro Star of the Light. We appreciate you all. If you'd like to support our work and mission of the lineage of the eagle and the condor, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/prime disclosure. And like I said earlier in the video, be sure you check out my sacred condors. This is the first time that we're releasing her beautiful songs, and many more to come, and we'll be putting out some guided meditations in the near future with her and I transmitting our guided meditations. We also have a link in the description below if you'd like to make a one-time donation to our PayPal account. And I'd also like to take the time to thank everyone for supporting my queen, my condor, my goddess, and her art business on Etsy. Thank you, Divine Sister of the Light, Louise Tazi, for your purchase of one of my queen's goddess totems. And be sure to check out her website, lunagoddessart.com. She added several new goddess totems to her collection. These are unique, handmade, one-of-a-kind dolls, totems that you can put on your altar that are all encoded with the Divine Goddess, the Divine Feminine, the Hieros Gamos, Divine Union, activations, and codes. So thank you all for your support. Now I'd like to end today's transmission with a sacred invocation, a decree for Earth and her nations. 7 sacred flames, the 7 sisters, shared by Divine Sister of the Light, Meru Fitter. In the full power and authority of my God presence I humbly come to the throne of grace to invoke into the physical plane of earth the most intensified dispensation and activity of God's will ever manifested in the history of time. We ask the legions of light serving this planet to absorb this divine essence into every fiber of their beings and project into the heart flame and conscious mind of every man, woman, and child on this planet, especially every person associated with all governments of our planet in any way, shape, or form. Blaze the cosmic flame of God's will through each soul evolving here, and clear away all destructive activities that might be directed against any of God's children and the light for which we stand. Seal all government positions in the radiance of God's will. Let the illumination flame reveal the divine purpose and plan for each office and individual, and give each person the spiritual courage to fulfill that plan perfectly. Let the will of God be manifest in, through, and around all governments of the world now and forever. Let the eternal, victorious light of God illumine and lead the way for every soul evolving everywhere on the planet. We consciously accept this, manifest it now in full power, according to God's holy will and purposes. And so it is, beloved, I am. From Prayers to the Seven Sacred Flames by Aurelia. From mslpublishing.com. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all for your support and continued support. And thank you all for sharing, liking, commenting on the videos. These help us get these out to more people, to help bring these teachings and transmissions to the world, and to help uplift every soul, every consciousness. So we appreciate you all. Keep walking your sacred path with heart, illuminated beings of light. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.